And then she's like, oh, so let's look at a few notes to anybody who needs to do some quizzing. Needs to get it done for the teacher tomorrow.
Looking at me.
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking at him. I haven't done it. Okay, you write this down. Okay, write it down.
Oh, I know.
But you don't have a writing utensil.
I got it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. There you go. Okay, yeah. I got writing utensil too.
Okay. Huh? I remember. Yeah. You can't hear me, or I can't hear you. You can hear me, right, Thor? Okay, because you just said I can't hear you. You just can't respond, right? I can't call you to read or to sing. Okay. All right, so 5.2, 6.1, 6.2, 7.1, 7.2.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
For shame.
Okay, great. Yeah, do this. I know.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
Boys.
So this is week 5, week 6.
This is when you go on there and you get to vocabulary chapter 5, part 2,
Oh,
vocabulary
so
6, part 1.
So my God, what's the website?
Hold on,
What are you
guys.
doing?
Taking care of business here.
Which
We'll be
one do you
back.
think?
So right here.
So
You go into,
Homework.
oh, so on the, okay, so if you want to go to assignment sheet, you go to 6.1. So just put assignment 6.1.
Oh, okay.
See, so that's right there. See, look, it's this one, but it's that there, but it's actually, that's the actual chapter. Yeah, so assignment goes on the next. Yeah, okay, yeah, so the 6.1, if you want, I don't know how, but it's right here. But this is for your grade.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. So if it's touchscreen.
I'm almost ready to get spelling. I'm less worried about his spelling and his more than your handwriting.
There you go. Okay. Hold on. Everyone's joined up except for Beth. It's like we
She did her homework.
Like my opinion. But do your homework.
Wait, she did her homework.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, good.
So you obviously follow him. Okay. So let's look at the next part. We got to do página 274. 274. We've already learned this, but looking at some of the homework assignments, I think we need to review. Because we haven't had any practice with homework. Goodbye to your friends. Oh yeah, look, we're 5 out of 12. To class. I really like to see over this. Let's see, maybe I'll put it on. Okay. I have one class that's only 2 kids. We're used to them. We had 4 last year, so then half of them didn't return. You know, families don't return, then, you know. It's like her sister's in the class. It was a class of 8, but then one family left, and then we 4. That's just how it works in high school. Are you done? Okay.
You had like the Hagers in that class.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was that them?
So classic. It's nice.
I'm like, I know everybody.
It's really nice. The class is totally changed. Oh, the reflection. Sorry guys. Okay, gonna get going here. All right. So conjugation. Preterite. What is the preterite? Past tense, right? And some of you are getting your past tense and your present tense mixed up. Right. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I actually never use it on your homework. I never actually, unless I have you conjugate words on a piece of paper and I assign it. The book mentions it, but it never, I think once in the whole book, like one number on one exercise, it used the vosotros, and it was probably on accident. Yeah, no need to, but vosotros is easy enough, right? What do? You just add is to the two forms. It's really not that big. Okay, so accented o, aste. I'm sorry. Very good. Accented o. Okay, someone almost, and someone else. Since he doesn't know this one, he does.
Is it they?
Astes,
Aspect.
right? Because it's aste, and then you just add is. Astes, and then aron. Okay, so a couple people just were mixing them up, and we'd get. I mean, obviously we're not conjugating, but they'd get different exercises, and they'd mix present and preterite. Sí, son muy importantes, ¿sí? Muy mal. One little mark, right? What's the difference between these two words? Exactly. Yeah, that's how important that little mark is right there, right? It totally, completely change the meaning of the sentence. I mean, they're related, but it totally changes. Okay, now ER and IR conjugated exactly the same. What are the endings? E? Iste.
Like EO or something?
Io. Imos. So this could be problematic if I have a verb like comer, right? So in the present tense, how do you say we eat? Comemos, right? Okay, so just keep that clear that in the past tense, ER verbs, the nosotros change to imos instead of hemos. And so that's where your difference comes in. So yeah, no, we haven't done any practice with it. All our homework has only been with AR because they didn't introduce it. But I feel the need to introduce it at the same time, just maybe because I can. Okay. Istes, right? Because it's the same as this, just add is. And sorry, I get a little bit. Hieron. Hieron. You tried. Okay. So let's conjugate. I'll probably have to erase the board. Some colors erase easier than others. There we go. Okay, so let's take that verb comer. Ready to see? Okay, it's still at an angle. All right, let's conjugate comer. I ate. Comí. You ate. Comiste. You'll hear a lot, especially I have friends from Mexico. They get really sloppy, just like we do. A lot of times they add an S here. Comiste. Comiste. All right, it's been through a few more. It probably came out okay. Okay. You, he or she ate. Comió. Repiten comió. Not comió, right? Because that would be this. It's comió. Okay. We ate. Comimos. Okay. You plural, informal ate. You guys in Spain ate. Comistes. No, it's informal. It's informal. That's why I told you when I went to college classes and I had professors from Spain, I always heard the vosotros form. Why? Because they were speaking informally. They were addressing the class informally because it's the original and it uses no, but the usted and the ustedes are the formal forms. Yeah, those are what you use in a formal situation. And so I guess we're always formal with the you form because we don't use the vosotros. Vosotros. Okay, comistes, and then ustedes, ellos, ellas, comieron. Okay. So what does this one mean?
You all or we or
Not we.
they.
They. You all or they ate, right? So Susana y Jorge comieron en la cafetería. Okay. What does that say? Ate in the cafeteria. Okay. Muy bien. So preguntas. Es repaso, see, it's review. I mean, we haven't used it a lot, so we're not as fluid with it. So let's go ahead and have voluntarios. Let's see. Another ER, verb. What's another IR verb that they have listed there? Let's see. Let's see. Something that's not already. I don't want to do that one. Oh, okay, sure. There. Okay. So, Bryce, come on up and do the verb on the back, and Megan, come on up and do the verb on the front. Oh, you were already doing it?
Yeah, I was having.
Perfecto. Let's see if you're paying attention.
I'm trying.
Oh, man.
Good job. No.
Don't do the work.
You're making it. Yeah. Okay. Acento con acento. Perfecto. No pressure. Your peers are watching. It's a good start.
I'm going all over the place.
I'm honestly not.
I want to say that.
I want to go back to the tea.
You. That's right. Yeah, of course, that's right.
Yeah, I know.
Missing one letter.
One letter?
Mhm.
Another I.
What's she missing? What's she missing?
The T after the S.
There you go. Mhm. Copy the whole thing. Mhm. And then this is the same ending as present tense. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Always ends with MOS. So
Emma.
every of nosotros always ends in MOS. So you got to figure out what letter comes before the end. There you go.
It would be I.
Entonces, solamente punto. Solamente punto.
Same person who's been calling me 7 times a day. No, some random number from Crockett, California. I didn't even know that there is a Crockett, California. Like a bunch of people were like that. They'll call me and then they'll text me and be like, "Why did you call me first?" I'm like, I didn't call you first. What are you talking about? I don't know. Somebody asked if I was Murdy, and I was like, Alex. I don't know what that is. No, it's Madagascar. With the lion and the zoo. Alex Marty. Right, and that's just the other way around. Yeah. I get a lot of calls from Sacramento. I'm like,
Quiero. Quiero. Mhm. Okay.
Right.
See.
Halfway there, I was like, it's in something.
School's like.
One more.
Quiero.
sometimes I feel like going. I'm like, I still go to like school.
When I say that in Spanish, it should be simple.
I'm like, and they
Quiero.
just like, is this such and such for you?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, I was like, no. And they're like, we met at the pub. And I'm like,
Quiero.
I was like, me?
Umbrella.
I can't see it.
Yo. Yo.
Yo.
Uh-huh. See. Okay.
I was so proud of myself.
There we go. You made it. You made it through. I worked it out. Quiero. R-O-N. Earn. Spanish doesn't have RN ever together. They don't like that. Unless it's something else up there. Okay. I flip it over. Oh, let's see the same way you guys do. The only problem, if you write on the back side and you flip it over. Ta-da-da.
Oh my goodness.
So is he correct?
Yeah.
Doesn't it just change everything? Your brain just goes, something's not right.
I think he did okay.
You think he did okay? Yeah, he did all right.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I'm not sure about his accent work because that one's like an eyebrow, but
It's
the one over the O.
This one.
No, the other one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's right. We're not working on perfecting our
So when did
written accents. So, ¿qué tiempo hace? ¿Qué tiempo hace? Hace viento, sí. Hace mucho viento y frío. Hace frío. I haven't been outside yet. Assuming from the look.
Not as cold as I have been though.
Llueve mucho. Llueve mucho.
Yeah.
You know, last night I went to bed and it's just pounding my window. And mucha lluvia, mucha lluvia. ¿Lluvia? ¿Qué es lluvia? Lluvia. Okay, llueve is it's rain, right? The actual rain. Llueve means what? It's raining, right? Or it rains. It's the actual verb. From the verb llover. Llover means to rain. Okay. Llueve, it's raining. It's a O to UE stem changer, right? That's where you get that from. But lluvia is the actual rain, the noun. The rain, right? La lluvia, the rain.
Why did they put two L's in
Because they wanted to say yeah instead of la lluvia. Okay. So actually, when I learned the alphabet, this was a separate letter in the alphabet. So ABC, Che, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, E, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R. We had R was a single letter, and then this was R. Okay, so there was a lot of double letters. You had E, R, you had Che. And so when you counted letters, charco. So this word had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters in it. You counted them as one. You counted these as one, and you counted these as one. Okay. But like about
4 CHs together.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So one letter. One letter. But they went through and they cleaned up their act and they said, yeah. So I have old dictionaries. If you buy a new dictionary, who buys a dictionary? But if you bought a new dictionary, you're not going to have this. But all my old dictionaries, they have this as a separate entry. They have this as a separate entry. They didn't have this as a separate entry because you'll never find this at the beginning of a word. This is just within a word so that you roll it. Because this, okay, how do you say this? If this were a word, adult. And what sound is the R actually making? Is it? Adult. It's more like the D sound. Yeah, if you're truly listening to it, it's making a soft D sound. Okay.
They don't have anything to hold this.
Yeah. So, and then this one is arro. So if it's within vowels, if it's within a word, to get it to roll, you have to write it double. It's like the word spell Puerto Rico. Puerto. But how to write Puerto Riqueño, which is someone who is from Puerto Rico, right? Like what happens here? I double R because I want it to still roll. So here it's only one, right? Because it rolls. Anytime R is initial, it always rolls. Okay. But whenever it goes in between two vowels, especially, you have to. But anytime within a word, so they had to double it because otherwise, if I don't, I have Puerto Riqueño versus Puerto Riqueño. So they double the R. Same thing with like Costa Rican. Okay, Costa Rica. Okay, I want to say someone's Costa Rica. Say Costa Rica. I think. Costarricense. It's the same thing happening, right? You want to keep that R rolling, so they double it. Yeah. So that's why they did away with it as a separate letter in the entry, because really it's the same thing. We just make it double to maintain the rolling sound. So, right. Have we dropped any letters from the English alphabet in the last 100 years? No, we'd be in big trouble too, right? We'd have to change our alphabet. It would just really mess up the whole.
It's weird because the alphabet is the letters are in a certain order, but nobody actually ever said that they had to be in that specific order. Because they're just letters.
Right.
But
we put a numerical value to them.
Yeah, but we put a numerical value to them when we don't have to. Yeah, just for, it's like, it looks nice. If I could just make a dictionary starting with Z and going Z,
If we did
G,
get rid of a
A.
letter, what letter could we get rid of?
Can anybody hear me now?
Yeah, hey. There
Finally,
you are.
I did it.
You did it. You figured it out. Yay.
Yeah, because
I thought we'd been doing this whole time. Okay, you win. All right.
No, because we still have the sound from it.
So there's
always
really
Z
not-
and
There's no,
eyeballs.
there's X. Could we get rid of X? There's really not anything in
Put
English we
WS
don't
and
use.
make it sound.
There's not really any letter that I can think of that we don't use. So like Spanish, they could get rid of K, right?
Yeah.
They only have K for vowel words like anorak, right?
And they could just replace it with QUE too.
Yeah, always. So I don't know why they didn't get rid of K. That's really weird, really random. Okay, so let's move over to, so let's look at the bottom of that page. Okay, look at number 2. Okay, the preterite forms of the verb dar and ver are the same as those of regular ER and IR verbs. However, note that there are no accent marks. Okay, so you tell me what's that is really kind of irregular. Look at the spellings of it. Okay, yo di, diste, yo, dimos. Yeah, that's what's so weird about it, right? It's an AR verb, and so we dropped off the AR, but instead of adding AR ending, we add ER, IR endings. Don't know why. Okay, just remember that. And then there are no accents.
What does dar mean?
What does dar mean? To give, right? To give. So how would I say, they gave, Bryce gave the pencil to Isaac.
Dio.
Dio. Dio. You took us all by surprise there, Thor. They weren't expecting voices coming from the computer. Bryce dio the pencil, el lápiz, lápiz, lápiz tiene acento. Isaac. Isaac. Lápiz tiene acento. Lápiz tiene acento. ¿Necesita acento? Lápiz. Lápiz necesita acento. Does it need an accent? Lápiz. What's the rule? If it ends in a vowel N or S, then it's the second to the last syllable. Do we have a vowel N or S there?
No.
No. Okay. So if it doesn't end in a vowel N or S, any other consonant, where does the natural stress fall? On the last. On the last syllable, not last letter, but syllable. So do I need an accent here? Lápiz. Because natural, how I would say this word as it's written, I'd say lápiz. Lápiz. Because it's not a vowel N or S, a natural stress will fall there. So I have to put an accent. Lápiz. Bryce dio el lápiz a Isaac. Okay. How about we gave the lesson. We gave the lesson
Demos.
to the dimos la lección. Lección necesita acento. Anything ending in ION always has an accent. Ion. Dimos la lección, because otherwise what? Where would it? How would we say that word if I don't write that accent in there? Lección. Lección. Because why? These don't count as two separate sounds, right? Because what's I? Weak or strong? Weak. It's weak. Remember, the strong vowels are the ones that are closed on top. A, O, and E. Those are strong vowels. Weak are I and U. Okay. Now they say separate sounds, right? Because I put the accent there. Lección. Okay. Dimos la lección to the students. What are you missing?
Alumnos.
Not el alumnos, es singular, plural. Los. A los alumnos. Muy bien. Okay. Dimos la lección a los alumnos. We gave. Okay, so just remember that one. Anything wrong with ver? It's an ER verb, so proper endings. It just doesn't have accent. Okay. Why would I not need to put an accent here? Only one syllable, right? You don't need an accent. The only purpose of an accent on a single syllable word is what? Doesn't change the pronunciation. It could change the meaning. Exactly, like this. Doesn't change the sound at all, or pronunciation or sound at all. Because what are these two words? How do you pronounce both of these words? C and C. There's no difference in pronunciation, okay? But what's the difference in meaning? Yes and if. Okay, this is yes, and this is if. Okay, like this, se and se. What is this one? I know. This is a pronoun, a reflexive pronoun. Yeah, so it's se. It's a pronoun. It's a reflexive pronoun. It's also an indirect object pronoun. The 4 chapters in advance. Yeah. So that's why you didn't hear about it, because we haven't learned about it. But yeah, so there's lots of words that the accent, if it's a single syllable word, the accent's only there to change the meaning of the word. Yeah. So if I forget the accent on yes, I'm saying if.
If.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so ver, nothing irregular, no need for for accent. All right, remember that the preterite is used to tell about an event that began and ended at a specific time. Okay, we'll get into the other tense in Spanish too. Hopefully you guys will join me again for Spanish too. I haven't tortured you too much. Next year. Yeah. Okay, so now let's turn over to let's see if I can do something a little bit more exciting. Página 278. Página 200. ¿Quién es? Shakira? Shakira.
I actually had a dog. My dog's name used to be Chiquita. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, we changed it to something my dad could pronounce. We changed it to Pond. I don't know why. Pond. It's from Doctor Who. I don't know. But
Oh no, we have lots and lots and lots. We have the Spanish. That's why this said it wanted to make sure to tell you the preterite tense, and don't forget it. The preterite is used to tell about an event that began and ended at a specific time in the past. So if I say, when I was young, we used to go to the store all the time. We used to go to Walmart all the time with our grandparents. Okay, does that am I giving you a specific beginning or ending? I'm not. So that'll be a different tense. We don't have that, but we have the perfect, which is what I have. I have prepared. I have, and then you have the present done. Imperfect, the imperfect progressive. So I was singing, she was listening, they were preparing. Okay, so we have lots of tenses that we don't even think, we don't know what they're called. They're the pluperfect.
Sometimes you say had been instead of like has.
Which is another tense. So I've been listening. That means up to this point I've been listening, right? So I've been listening to the podcasts from so and so. I can't think of the name. Okay,
Gosh.
but I had been listening to those. I had been, so it's a further, more remote past tense. Right? I had been listening to them, but then I learned that everything he said wasn't true, and so I stopped. Right. So there's lots and lots and lots.
Are we on
Basically,
page 277?
sí, 270 no, 278. Yeah. We're just kind of a la la land right now, asking questions. Yeah, you'll be here next week. Your mama will be here. That's right. But it's always easier. Trust me. I taught my children myself. That was like torture. It's easier to teach you guys than to teach my own children. Like, yeah, whatever, mom. Yeah, they're like, this is your language. I don't want to take this.
Something like their actual.
Yeah, no, it's very important. Let me tell you, I've had students come back to me, just so you know, I've had students come back to me and say, if I would have just learned to speak Spanish, I'd be making $5 more. Or things like that, or they could go get a different part of job in a different area. So I saw HUD, and they had, it was an office, film receptionist kind of thing. And it started at $25 an hour, which is a really, really good deal. But the differential or the pay difference for another language is like $28 or $29. I'm just like, well, yeah, I mean, that's a good deal. And it was all basic level skills, which was amazing. But those are the hardest jobs to do. So I applied for one. It was a part-time thing, and there were 15. You had to take a test. There were 1,500 people that qualified to take the test. 1,500 people. You know for how many jobs? I was just like,
1,500 people. 15. I said 15.
yeah, 1,500 people, and it wasn't a test where you the better you did, the better it was. You just had to pass the test. No, you didn't get a better opportunity because you got an 85 versus someone who got a 75. Job world is a dog world. Okay, página 278. Palabras afirmativas y negativas. Okay, so what is that? Palabras, what are palabras? Words. Okay, palabras. Palabras. So afirmativas, affirmative or positive, right? Y negativas, negative. Okay. So what do we know about negative words in English? Two negatives. Make it positive, right? I don't have no money, which means that you have some. Right? Okay, it really does, but for those of you who have struggled with that in life, Spanish is going to free you because Spanish has double negative. Did you catch that? What did I say? And why? Because why? Because it has double negative. I missed the last part. You were listening to most of it. I just want you to know this is my job. Always leaving on your chair. You're fine. It's yours. Okay. So, something. Repiten. Algo. Algo.
Algo.
Something is on the table. Algo está en la mesa. Algo está en la mesa. Algo está. But I couldn't see very well. Easy. Okay. The opposite would be nada. Nada. Okay. Nada.
Nothing is on the table.
Nothing. Nada está en la mesa. Nada está en la mesa.
I'm getting weird flashbacks from learning this from my childhood.
Oh no.
I was like 7.
Okay. So look at the sentences. Where's the placement of the negative and positive words? It's at the beginning, before the verb. Okay. Now let's look at the next set of sentences.
Yeah.
Hay algo en la mesa. What does that say? Hay algo en la mesa. There is something on the table. Okay. Versus the next one. No hay nada. There is not nothing on the table is what it literally translates to, right? No hay nada en
No, we didn't.
was like, okay, let's look at this. So, do we have a double negative in this sentence? Nada está en la mesa? No. Okay. So, it all depends on where your negative word is in relationship to the verb. Okay, I'm gonna mute you, Thor. Or can you mute yourself? Hard to hear. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
David and Tim and Margaret or whoever's listening, can you hear me better now? Got my volume all the way up, so maybe it's just internet connection. Okay, so nothing is before the verb, so I don't have to have a double negative. But here, where's nada? Here's your verb. There's your negative word. It has to go. You have to have a double. Have to. You can't say hay nada en la mesa. It's not okay. It'd be like hearing I don't have nothing. It's the same kind of sound that a native Spanish speaker would go. You know, it's the whole chalkboard, fingernails on the chalkboard kind of thing. You just immediately, just something doesn't sound right.
That's so weird.
Oh yeah. And so you can understand why a native Spanish speaker in English is going to say, I don't have nothing. Right? And it's not going to sound awkward to them because used to having to have a double negative. English, we go very mathematical, right? Two negatives make a positive. When you're multiplying, but not when you're adding or subtracting. Yeah. It's just that one little devil's in the details, right? Devil's in the details.
Little detail.
So let's look at the next set of sentences. Vi algo allí. What does that say? What was the verb we just studied that was? Ver, there's from ver, and what's ver? What's the verb? That's ir. Ver, to see. Okay, so what does that sentence say? Now, I see. El pasado es pretérito. I saw something over there. And then the next sentence, no vi nada allí. I saw nothing. Yeah, I saw nothing. I didn't see nothing. I saw nothing. Yeah. So obviously you're going to translate it to the proper way. I don't want anybody writing on their paper, I didn't see nothing. Okay, this is not an excuse to go colloquial and all wrong. Okay, so let's look at the set of really opposites here, right? Repiten alguien. Alguien. How come it's not alguien? Because the what? The U is doing what? It's hard sound. Yeah. If the U is working, the U is making the G make it hard sound. Therefore, it's not pronounced. Right? Remember that last thing. Okay. Same with the C's. C, E, the Q, U, E. Exactly. If it's making that letter before it works, then no need to say it sounds. Okay. So repiten nadie. Nadie. Okay. So repiten alguien. Someone. Someone or somebody? I think it's someone. Yeah. I don't know. Why do we have someone and somebody? I don't know. Don't they mean the same thing?
Yeah.
Somebody's here, someone's here. Same exact meaning, nothing, no difference. Okay. So this is someone. And then nadie, no one, or nobody. No one is dos palabras, see? 2 words, so I want to throw it in, make it 1 word. Okay. No one. So think about it in English, okay? Think about it in English. What is no one? Where is it like no one person? No one what? No one answer. I don't have no one answer. I don't think about it. You know, we take it for granted because that's what we use.
There was no person.
Yeah, so it's like shortened from something else, right? Yeah, so person, nobody. That might sound a little bit better. Nobody. There's nobody out there.
There's no body in my
There's
trunk.
there's nobody in my car. If you think about it, and if you stress the words just slightly different, yeah, there's no body in my car.
I mean, we found out that we can fit like up to
So this
4
word-
people of my size in the back of our new car.
Say that again.
We found out that we can like hold like 4 bodies like my size in the back of our car.
Of the new car, yeah. So my husband found out that
Because my mom wanted to see. I don't know.
my husband found out that he could get 18 people in our
Oh, dang.
He had a field trip. Nobody came to drive, and he was doing these summer classes at our church. And so he didn't say anything. He said, "Okay, everybody, just get in." They're going down to the courthouse downtown. So he said he parked around the corner because it's like
It's anybody that saw
18,
them.
18 of them, just all packed into, the biggest suburban possible.
So anybody that saw them, it was like the clown cars when you see
Yeah.
behind us and out the clowns just coming out of the car.
No, it's funny because it's suburban, but yeah, he and of course they're all teenagers. They're not small kids, but they're teenagers, so tend to be a little bit smaller. But so yeah, so no,
Good. Why are you doing that? I'm laying on your lap.
and he didn't tell anybody. When he got home, I was working, otherwise I'd have helped him. But I'm like, I can't believe you did that. You should have taken 2 separate loads. Even then you would be oversized. He said, "Gotta do what you gotta do. You can't take a bunch of teenagers and leave them downtown unattended." I'm like,
Oh yeah, true.
I'm so glad.
Exactly.
And they say, what does it say? That it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. As long as everything's okay. And he hasn't done anything like that. So yeah, there's nobody in my car. Sounds terrible. But if there's nobody in my car, so it becomes buddy, right? This word is not body. It's buddy now. When we combine it with known, there's a spelling. There's a pronunciation. Nobody's in my car. Okay. Or there's somebody in my car. That sounds terrible. Okay. Next sentence. Let's read the sentences. Alguien canta. What's it say?
Somebody saying.
Someone sings, somebody sings. Nadie canta. No one or nobody sings. Oí a alguien. Oh, okay. Oí a alguien. What does that say? Cálmense. Okay. What is this verb?
I don't know.
Right? What's this verb?
I'm fine.
¿Qué es?
I was like, I can't.
To hear.
Oh,
Oír. Okay, let's look at it and conjugate it. Okay, and the preterite. Okay, so this would be oí, right? I heard. Oíste, because the accent falls on the I, so otherwise it'd be oíste. You're right. Okay. Oído, and how do I spell it? It undergoes a spelling change. They don't like this. So I being the weak vowel, it changes to what other letter makes the same sound? What other letter makes this Y? Oyo.
like yo-yo. Oh,
Oyo.
that's the first Y.
Okay. Makes sense? Anytime you have I squished between other vowels, and there's 3 vowels in a row, Spanish says, nope, ain't happening. So they change that. The weaker vowel always changes, okay? And we know the weak vowels are I and U. Weak vowels are picked on all the time, right? They get used and abused, right? Like algae in here, it's just used, abused. It's only there to make that guy say his name. He doesn't get to say anything, you know. Poor you and I. Okay. Yeah.
Really?
2 seconds. Okay. This one. Oímos. Oístes. Oístes. And what are we going to do down here? Oyeron. How we're going to spell it? Why? Right, because we have the ieron, so we'd have O. No. Just they don't like it. Not pretty. Y changes. The I changes to Y. Right? Yeah, Spanish is very judgmental. Very judgmental when it comes to the way the words look. Okay, present tense. It'd be oh, yeah. Oh, it's oigo. It's a G verb, oigo. Yes, it has to do something funny because otherwise it'd be oh, right? Because we'd take off O-I-R and we add O and then we go oh. Oigo. Yeah, and then it goes regular. Okay, oigo, oyes. Okay, so let's just look at it. Very good. No, it's perfecto. Es perfecto. This is called natural learning, right? This is natural learning when you answer questions. You know. She wasn't kidding. She said, no. So let's do this one first and then we'll look at the present tense conjugation. What does it say? I heard someone. I heard someone. I just heard someone. Why is this here? Lisa? What did this sentence mean?
I heard something.
Someone. Okay. And why is that there, Bryce? What is it called? Called the personal And anytime an action is done towards another person, though this is just hearing, it's still considered an action towards that person. So if I hear Isaac, yo oigo a Isaac, okay? Or we hear the rain, oímos a la lluvia. We don't have to say because it's not a person, right? Oímos la lluvia. Yo te oigo. We use, yeah. Yo te oigo. Yo te oigo. Yo te oigo. Yeah, we use pronouns instead of like that. But to clarify, I say a ti, to you. Okay. Yeah, I can do that as well. Yo te oigo.
So I know how to use them.
Yeah, see, es mejor. It's better to use them. I mean, okay, so now that's the personal, right? Anytime. So if I hit Isaac, yo pego a Isaac. Okay. I just use that because there's so few words that we have that take only direct object pronouns, right? Okay, so let's look at the present tense. Oír. Oigo, I already told you this. Okay, how would I do? Oyes, and how would I spell it? And why? That whole 3 vowel thing, weak vowel loses out, says goodbye, hello to Y.
So if you say that like weak vowels are
So
It's actually a consonant that's sometimes a vowel. Its primary function is to be a consonant, yeah. So when I asked you what the vowels are in English, you say what? A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. We always say sometimes. It comes with that clarifier. Oye. Yeah. Oh, oyen, yeah. Ustedes say yes. Oímos. Because it's just imos, right? It's just imos. So we're okay with 2 vowels. We're okay with 2 vowels. And oís.
I barely hear that. Like, I don't know, I guess. So like, I didn't even realize that it was ringing until it was almost like halfway done because I couldn't really hear it very well.
I heard him talk just now, but like it was like muted kind of. So
I always think that they can hear you. I mean, they obviously can't, but Gary hears me. He hears everything. The suggestive selling all the time. Does it happen to you guys?
Turns on and I'm like,
No. It happens. So like, I will have a conversation with my husband about maybe buying a new modem or something. And next thing I'll know, the ad is on the side of my screen in Google Chrome for the new modem. I've not looked it up. I've not typed it into anything. I don't have that little thing that sits on the counter that I give permission to listen to me. But I'm just like, so yeah, very suggestive. You have to get rid of all electronics because Big Brother's listening. Okay. I get confused. There's so many.
Is that you're alone? Hold on, can you send me like some cookies then?
Yeah. Can you call my friends and tell them to come over? Yeah. I know. Why don't you give me something I actually want?
Yeah.
Or it's after, or like when you search for something and then you finally buy it, and then for the next month it's still up on the suggestive selling stuff on the side of the page.
My parents in Hawaii, they were my dad's account, accounts.
Mhm.
Nothing about my mom's account, and right after they booked the reservations, they sent an email to my mom's phone about other places they should eat there in Hawaii.
They're listening. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. We've all been hooked. Okay.
Not me.
Let's look at the next one. Okay. No oí a nadie. So what's that? No oí a nadie. Not nothing, but nobody. No one. I didn't hear on nobody. Okay. Again, you have the personal so it's just hearing. You're hearing some person. So, but if I say no oí el perro, no oír el perro. What is that? I did not hear the dog. Okay. So I don't need the okay, because it's the dog. I know some people think dogs are part of the family and almost human and that they're their children, but
My dog can open the back door, so I mean he's closed.
He can feed himself just by walking to the pantry, right? Clear a shelf. Even my daughter's bunny knows what the pantry is.
Sometimes we'll be talking to me and we'll say, "Oh my gosh, Buster!" Like I can't believe you. And sometimes he'll literally go, "Why?" And
Yeah,
I'm just like, "Double down."
Yeah, dogs are smarter than humans. Oh, I forgot. I fell.
Okay.
Yeah, it saved one of my hands. Yeah, went down really hard. Yeah, I just got to get it replaced now. It works just fine. Just every time I pull it out of my pocket, I find little pieces of glass in it or something. Hey, no big deal. You know, it works perfectly fine. Though. Every function on it is perfect. They said all I need to do is replace the glass. $30 online. I've replaced a number of them, so I'm gonna go.
How do you say no big deal in Spanish?
No es nada. No es nada. I mean, they don't have that same exact, thing. No es nada. Okay. Let's look at the next ones below. The next. Okay, so we had algo and nada, right? Something and nothing. We had alguien and
Nothing.
nadie. Nadie. And then now we have, repiten, siempre. Siempre. And nunca. Okay, siempre, always. And nunca, never. What's manuka? Manuka. Okay.
Like they always go to the movies.
Purple.
You mean a time since we last seen it?
What's that?
Like they always go to the movies.
Uh-huh.
And then they come to the next sheet.
Because I know
They never
it's a
go.
grave.
Okay. I don't never go.
They don't never go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. El siempre va al cine. He always goes to the movies. Okay. Ella nunca va al cine. So look. Ella nunca va al cine. Okay. So do I have a double negative here? No. Why? Why do I need a double negative? No, because why? Sure. Because where's the negative word in relationship to the verb? It's before the verb, so I don't need a double negative. Well, look at the next example. Now, ella no va nunca al cine. Ella no va nunca al cine. Are these two sentences saying the same thing?
Yeah.
They both say she never goes to the movies. This is just a little extra. Okay, so if you don't like the double negative, what do? Keep the negative word before the verb, like they did here. She never goes. Is there either one of these any better way to say it? No. This probably puts a little bit more emphasis. Man, like she never. It'd be like that emphasis when you say never. She never goes to the movies. She never goes to the movies versus she never goes to the movies. You know. Okay, so ella no va nunca. So if I were to literally translate this to English, what would I say? She don't never go to the movies. That would be the literal double negative. She don't never. She don't never go to the movies. Okay. Ooh, battery is running low. Okay, let me grab the plug.
And then play that you found at least one. I don't know. I'm just confused because there's like some things she says it's like,
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna tell you that I'm plugging it in here, so just forgive me before I leave. Okay.
I'll just get like this. Oh, there's a pen.
Okay, muy bien. Okay, so let's look at the exercises. Voy a sentarme. Okay, we're done with the board stuff. Hey, Grandma.
Hola.
Hola, clase. Okay. I think you feel like you're sitting. Yep. Come on. We don't want to- Look on the floor. Okay. So let's look at, we'll start with number one. Megan will go here and go down.
Yeah.
Okay, so cambia, we're on page 278, exercise 9. Cambia a la forma negativa. Okay, so change it to the negative form. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and read it. Siempre
Siempre como
comida.
comida mexicana.
Ujú.
It should be siempre no.
No. So siempre means always. My mom, we just want to change it to nunca. So change it to nunca.
Nunca como
Comida.
comida mexicana.
Is that true? You never use Spanish.
That's a sin.
Comes comida mexicana. No, it's okay. Comes comida. People get confused. Okay? Read it.
Siempre uso mi móvil.
Móvil. Excellent.
Nunca uso mi móvil.
Okay. So nunca no uso. No uso. Nunca. Nunca uso mi móvil or no uso nunca mi móvil. Okay. Número 3.
How do you say that?
Alguien.
Alguien
Me enoja. So that was the same. Someone makes me mad. Nadie. Nadie. Ujú. Nadie me enoja. Muy bien. Okay, and the other negative, I can say, no me enoja. Nadie. No me enoja. Nadie. Okay? Any other question? It was that say? Ver.
So I see
Someone.
someone.
Delante de él. What's delante de él?
Okay.
In front of. Detrás de él. I see someone from the front. Now tell me where you're
Veo a nadie. No veo a nadie. Delante de
No, did you say no? No veo a nadie because this one automatically says
Okay.
there is no other way to say it. You can't say nobody. I see nobody. I can't say nobody. No. Muy bien. Perfecto. No veo a nadie delante de él.
Mrs. Abby, is your microphone clogged? Because I can hardly hear anything.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now it sounds better.
I picked it up off the tablecloth,
Okay.
so it's better now.
Maybe by a tad bit.
I don't know. Volume's all the way up.
Because it seems like every time you lift it up, it seems like I can hear better.
Well, we'll do this. It's lifted now, so I'm not exactly sure where the microphone is. I want to say it's up on the bar here, but I know that's where the sound comes out, but I'm not sure where the pickup is.
Me.
Yeah, it's probably right here. That's where the. Not sure where the pickup is for the microphone. Not quite sure. Sorry about that. I'm just sitting on the side of me, so. Okay. Just read his. Okay.
Tango, Algo, and me and Mochila.
What does that say?
I have Algo. I have someone.
No. You don't have someone in your back.
I have something in my back.
There we go. I have something. You don't have anything.
Tango, nada.
No, you have to no tango.
No tango, nada, and Mochila.
Okay, so you have to say I don't. Nothing. You gotta have the double negative. Yeah, and so you just double negative by making it negative. Chloe, you want to do number 6 for you? Chloe, you hear me?
That's the problem. You're waving in, backing out. It's like sometimes I
Let
can
me-
hear you, and other times,
Can you
like,
do number 6 for us?
what was that?
Do number 6 for us.
Say that again, please.
Do number 6. It's okay, never mind.
Do number 6.
Exercise.
You feel like I do that to like go pick someone.
Yeah. Okay. So what would it be?
Write down on paper, I'm sure.
What would it be? El profesor tiene algo en la mano, so the teacher has something in his hand. No tiene nada. Okay. No, el profesor no tiene nada en la mano. Muy bien. Okay. Es todo. Tortured you guys long enough. So, yeah, but we kind of didn't get much done today just because there's not as many. Actually, if you work. Okay, es todo. Adiós, clase.
Adios.
Adios. Later, Brad.
Adiós. Yeah, no,
Oh,
now
no, wait. See, I
everybody
knew. I knew. Like, I knew standing up.
So todo means that
Here, on your Good job. Well, you can still trip on that side. So, what is, so that's everything.